How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Renegade RC-FPV. So today's video, I'm going to be turning the Kingfisher into a bomb drop aircraft. So there's a few systems that I want to test out because eventually down the road, whenever I'm able to save up enough money, I'm going to be super scaling an A10 Warthog. More specifically, the Freewing 80mm A10. So I purchased the cockpit and canopy and a spare canopy. I've got a lot of things that are going to be going on with this aircraft in particular. I decided to buy the cockpit and canopy so I can do all my stuff to it, and then eventually when I do end up getting the A10, I can just throw the stuff right on it because I've already tested it out with the Kingfisher. The reason I want to use the Kingfisher to test all the bomb drop capabilities and everything is that it's a very, very good flying aircraft. I'm very comfortable with it. I've flown it for years. Absolutely love it. So I just acquired a 3D printer not too long ago from one of my buddies. I traded him a duck hunting gun for it. So I've been going kind of crazy 3D printing stuff. I 3D printed a high drag snake eye, which is going to be used with the A10. And also got Mark 81 250 pounders. I'm going to be also printing a Mark 82 500 pounder, and then I can actually 3D print a Mark 84 2000 pounder to drop off the A10 or the Kingfisher, just depends. I'm going to include all of the STL files and everything and where I found them in the description down below. Shout out to Tom Hunt, who created all of this. I'm not by any means going to be taking credit for any of this because Tom Hunt's the one that designed everything and he put them out for free on Thingiverse, so that link will be down below. Shout out to you, Tom. Truly appreciate it. I know he's been doing a lot of stuff with the Freewing A10 as well. I've had this idea for about a year and a half now, and I've just kind of got to the spot in life to where I can start throwing more time into my hobbies and everything, so that's what we're going to do. If you want to do any of the bomb drop stuff, whether it's for the A10 or not, I can print just about anything. I do need to do a little bit of work on the Mark 84. It's too big for my 3D printer. I've got a Ender V2 Neo, or an Ender 2 V3 Neo. So the Mark 84 is a little bit too tall. I might have to cut it in half on some CAD software and then print each half individually and then glue them together. But if you have a 3D printer and you want to do this, by all means, go for it. It's fun. If you do not have a 3D printer and you want to do something like this, I do have my own company that does custom 3D printing. So if you would like to buy my services to print whatever you want, if you want this stuff printed for you, I'd be more than happy to. You can just leave a comment down below and we can get you situated. I actually have a full shop down in my basement now. I do custom vinyl work, I do custom embroidery work, and I also do custom 3D printing. So any of your 3D printing needs, hit me up. I can take care of you. You'll be helping a small veteran-owned company, and I would truly appreciate it. But yeah. We're going to go through the entire process of how I attach everything to the Kingfisher, how I set it up, and I'm going to be using more the cheaper side of stuff until I can get my better transmitter. I'm looking at a Radiomaster TX16S Max, but for now I'm going to be using my FS-I6. I also have an FS-I6X at my disposal, so I got the 10 channel and 6 channel receiver. To do the bomb drop stuff, all I'm going to need is a 6 channel. Because, well, it's already set up for the 6 channel. I believe I have an open channel for this aircraft. If not, I'm going to be using the flaps. So, because with this plane, I rarely ever take off and land with flaps. It's such a great flyer, you just pick right up and go, and it slows down pretty well without flaps because this thing's got barn doors, and I haven't done any mixing for any of the elevator or anything. So, without further ado, let's hop into how we're going to figure this out to attach a pylon and a bomb to the Kingfisher. So, now we're going to be moving into actually setting up the bomb drop system for the Kingfisher, which will inevitably end up inside of the A10. So I have just a random 40 amp speed controller. I've got a 3-cell 2200 milliamp battery. I've got an FSI-6 receiver and a servo. Now I set this servo into channel 5. This isn't going to be this isn't the receiver that's inside the Kingfisher. I'm just testing out the system before we start attaching stuff to the Kingfisher. So I set it up on button B on my transmitter so I can flip the switch and she activates. Now I did make a few modifications to this pylon. You can tell it's a little flimsy right now because I don't have the correct size servo. I have 9-gram servos, and this uses a 4.6 gram servo, I want to say. Let me see. Actually, I didn't have any of those size servos, so I ended up ordering a few off Amazon. There, glue on me. Yeah, okay. 4.3 gram mini servos are the ones that I ended up ordering that match the exact dimension of this without cutting it. So I'm just trying to get like a good idea of how the bomb drop system works before it goes onto the A10. So I trimmed up the 9-gram servo a little bit. I'm just gonna end up hot gluing it here, and it'll add some rigidity to it. Let me clean this up just a little bit. There we go. So I printed a Mark 82, which is a 500 pounder. Mark 81, which is a 250, so you see the 500 pounders about twice the size, give or take. And I've also got the snake eye. I'll show you guys how to actually make one of these in a separate video, the snake eyes. There's a few things you gotta watch out for when you do build one. But there's some cool looking bombs. I believe these are 500-pound snake eyes. So I've got one made up. I've got a 500 pounder and a 250 pounder. So we're gonna be using the 500 pounder with, see which way I want to put this. That'll work. So the long tail end is the back. This is the leading edge. This is the trailing edge. So you want your servo arm towards the leading edge. I might have to end up popping this off and trimming this up just a little bit so it fits inside of the key. Let me actually. Perfect. So I'm going to face this towards the back. Put this little screw back in. Come on. So when I put the bomb on, flip the switch, then when I release, flick it, and away she goes. We got to trim up just a little bit. So actually I'm going to do that right now. How long does it need to be? Right about there. I might actually go take my 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 sander. I'm going to sand these edges down flat. Let's get that to focus. How they have little bubbled edges. I'm going to sand those flat with my belt sander. So that way it can fit inside of here. So it can just slide right in because it's just a little bit too big. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be right back. As you can see, it'll focus. Now the edges are flat. Now it fits inside of here. No problem. There's no clearance issues. So I'm going to throw the arm back on. There it is. I'm actually going to glue this servo in here real quick. Just going to glue it right on in. If you have the correct size servos, you won't have to do this. I don't, I'm impatient. So this is what I'm doing for now. So I think I have to do a little bit more trimming on the servo arm. It doesn't allow this servo arm to rotate 90 degrees inside the bomb key. So might go end up trimming the top side as well, just so it spins freely inside and doesn't allow it to so actually allows it to spin inside the bomb without turning the bomb 90 degrees. I'm gonna do that real quick with the belt sander. Okay, so trimmed up more of the outer ring, so now the bomb can actually move freely back and forth. So now what should happen, if I hold some pressure and hit the button, flip it. Hold some pressure, flip the button, and bombs away. Sweet. Oh, so I've got these, I believe they're 2mm screws, I want to say. They're just short little things. I'm going to end up, because on these pylons, they have your, I think they're called like anti-sway or something. I'm going to run these 2mm screws through that are going to come down to the bomb and hold tension on it. So when you flip the switch, that the bomb won't be able to move up or down. As soon as you flip the switch, it'll basically force the bomb off the pylon and bombs away. Let me get these stuck in real quick, and then we'll come back and we'll do a test of it. So now that we got them screws put in, kind of see how they go in. I opted to have the heads. Wow, my camera is absolutely sucking at focusing today. So I had the heads facing towards the bomb. You could have them on the outside and have them push in and out, but I decided to have them here. I am gonna have to take the bomb off if I'm gonna adjust them, but that shouldn't be too difficult at all. So to load it, when you initially put these in, I only put them in until I could just see the the threads flush with these pylon arms. So then all I do is hold it up to it, flip the switch, should lock the bomb into place. And now, no matter what I do to it and jostle, it ain't gonna come off. But now, if everything went well, flip the switch and bombs away. Just like that. Then to load it, opposite. Now it's loaded. And then bombs away. We should be able to load the snake eye into it too. Let's see. Yeah, the snake eye fits on that too. Let's see. Snake eye drops. And what about the 250 pounder? That hole's too small for the bomb. So, or for the release mechanism to go in. I'm gonna put it here. Lock the bomb. Now we just should be able to attach this to the Kingfisher. Plug the servo into the receiver on the Kingfisher. And we have a bomb drop plane. So let me load the bomb up. Now let me bring the Kingfisher up on the table. Then we're going to figure out how we're going to attach the pylon to the King. And then, because it's what? It's 9:15. Tomorrow, we're actually going to do the flight video and test out dropping a 500 pounder low drag and a 500 pounder snake eye. This is going to be interesting. I've never done bomb drop before off of an RC aircraft. I'm kind of excited for it. Let me grab my engine, or not my engine, but my RC stand, aka a cardboard box. There's a Kingfisher up here. Now we're going to figure out how we're going to attach the pylon to the Kingfisher. I really don't want to make it permanent by any means, but I might just end up having to hot glue it. Let's see. So I just ended up saying screw it, just use some hot glue, and hot glued it to the plastic portion of my landing gear bracket. So that way I can easily pop that hot glue off, because hot glue is easy to remove. I'm gonna have to figure out a better way for the A10 when I do end up getting it. I am gonna have to figure out like a little piece in the back. Right here is a little bit of a gap, because when I printed this out, it screwed up a little bit. I had a failed print, but it was good enough at the time, actually. Nah, it should be fine. But yeah, shouldn't have any clearance issues whatsoever with the landing gear, because you know, big 5-inch Tundra wheels. But I got the wire fed through. Here's the wire for it right here. I'm gonna end up feeding it up because my receiver is up here. So I'm gonna flip the plane over. I'm gonna position the camera so we can get a good view on the inside of the aircraft. Sweet. Aircraft's live. Test everything real quick. Okay, now bomb drop. Uh-oh. Something ain't right. Bomb ain't dropping. I am not sure if I plugged that one in right. Let's see. Brown. Is this not in all the way? Do I have channel 5 set up? Ta-da! That channel 5 shut off. So let's load the bomb up. Flip the switch. And now, I wish I could hang this from the ceiling. Now we should be flip the switch. Bombs away. Nice. Oops. Now let's flip my screen around so I can see it. While she's flying along, bombs away. That's cool. That's so damn cool. So there we go. Bench testing is now complete. The bomb is dropping the way it should. Both of them are. It seems like the snake eye is kind of getting a little caught up somewhere, but it shouldn't be that big of a deal at all. Yeah, it just seems to stick just for a millisecond before it drops away. But like I said at the beginning of the video, this is all Tom Hunt's design and everything. I have not modified them by any means. I did try to print a larger version of this pylon. I know there's a few different pylon variations he has. I think Station 4 and Station 5 for the A10 Warthog. I'll put his channel link down in the description below. Go check out his channel and see everything he's doing. I know he's doing bomb drops with the A10, the Freewing 80mm A10, the Freewing Bronco, and a few other aircraft, including an ME-262 and I believe a Ju-88 Stuka. I'll also put the links to the STL files down in the description for these as well. You're more than welcome to use them. I can't say whether you can or can't, so by all means have at it. If you want these parts printed for you, I do have a 3D printing company. So you send me whatever STL file you want and I will print them for you and send them to you. Whether it's stuff for, say, the A10 canopy or any of the bomb drop stuff, I can print everything for the snake eyes. So yeah, if you want these parts printed out, let me know. Or you can take the STL files and print them yourself, by all means. I know a lot of us don't have 3D printers. I just got one about a month and a half ago myself, and I absolutely love the thing. I've printed a lot of stuff. I've wasted a lot of PLA just making random stuff, and it's fun, including all the bomb drop stuff and all the stuff for the A10 canopy and cockpit. But without further ado, let's head to the field and see how this thing works. I might end up putting a small screw in the front of the 500 pounder to give it weight so it noses down, instead of just kind of being like all one size or all one weight all the way through and going all wonky on me. I'm going to put a little bit of nose weight in it and full send it. So I'll see you guys when we hit the field and fly this thing and drop some bombs.
So guys, this is the next day. I got James behind the camera filming me. Thank you for doing this for me. So we got the Kingfisher out. We got the bomb drop system on it. I'll pull it up here real quick. Got the bomb drop system all on. We're gonna do a quick check flight just to make everything's trimmed out and whatnot. I haven't flown this plane in about 2 months or so. So I just kind of want to make sure everything's good. That, you know, nothing's gonna break on us as we tried this initial flight with the bomb drop system. We're gonna do a quick check flight. We're gonna head down to the football field, then we're gonna start doing some bomb drops on the football field. So we're gonna get this up in the air. This kind of give James a practice go at tracking the aircraft in the air. So without further ado, up, down, left to right, left to right. Ready for flight. So I need just a little bit of up trim. Let's see. Seems like everything's flying good, and bring it back down. Hopefully I'm not in the way, gonna get a little bit of a greasier landing. Then we'll head down to the football field and we'll try a bomb drop here. There's way too much airspeed, I'm gonna go around. Seems like that bomb and that pylon are holding on pretty well, which is pretty damn good. That pylon is just hot glued on there. Oh. It's got a little bouncy at the end. So we're down at the football field now. We have the Mark 82 on the pylon, which is just the low drag 500 pounder. We also have the Snake Eye with us. I kind of want to, we're going to be testing the Snake Eye out as well with the fins opening. I don't have the clamp that keeps the fins of the Snake Eye together when it's on the pylon. So hopefully we can have a good deploy on this, and it doesn't deploy while it's on the pylon. That'd be bad. So without further ado, let's get this thing in the air. I'm gonna kind of run you guys through a brief flight plan of what I'm gonna do here, not only for you guys, but for James as well, because he's gonna film. I'm gonna take off, come around, do a pass by, swing around, come down, and that's gonna be my bombing run. I'm gonna drop it, swing around, come back around, get in a pattern, and then land, and we're gonna load up the Snake Eye and do the same thing. Hopefully, everything works as it should. We're gonna test the pylon real quick. Let's see. It's sticking ever so slightly. I'm hoping with the wind passing by it, it works pretty well. Without further ado, let's get this thing into the air and try this bomb drop. Okay, so we're gonna gain a little bit of altitude, go from right to left. We're gonna swing it, keep it out of the sun. As I stare directly into it. All right, James, you ready for the first bombing run, or the first pass? Can we get about half throttle? Bank it in. Gonna line it up. Bombs away. We had a successful deploy. Did you see that? That was sweet. Okay, I'm gonna bring it around and put her down on the strip. Might just set her in the grass next to us just because of these poles. That worked. Okay, so we're back up in the air. We're gonna do bombing run number 2. Realize that I dropped the bomb a little bit out from us, so I'm gonna try to get it a little bit closer this time. Are you on it? You ready?
Got it.
Bombs away.
I can't see it.
There we go. The Mark 82 does get away from the plane. It makes a nice whistle noise as it comes down, which is really cool. I put a small self-tapping screw in the nose for a little bit of weight, so it points nose down, doesn't go all wonky on itself. So now we're gonna try the snake eye. Hopefully the fins deploy. Might drop them a little bit higher up just to give a little bit of time for it to deploy, but I'm not quite sure because there's a lot of weight in the rear end of this thing. There isn't a lot of weight in the front end, so it might be back heavy when it drops, and it might drop straight down like this. But I'm hoping this thing opens up and it guides the bomb down. I'm hoping. At least that's the plan. Might swap the battery out real quick so we have a fresh battery. Seems like this one's getting a little weak. And we'll get her up in the air. Start up. Primed and ready to go. Now we're gonna load the snake eye. Snake eye's loaded. Give you guys a good shot of that. I'm hoping these don't deploy in the aircraft. I have 3D printed clips that hold the fins closed until the bomb drops away. I did not attach them yet, so hopefully it works and it just doesn't deploy when I take off. So let's get the Fisher on the runway. We'll get it up. I'll push out a little bit farther. I'm gonna try to drop this one a little close to us, but I'm gonna get a little bit of altitude, and we'll go from there. Left, right, up, down, power up. Good on power. We're in the air. Fighting a little bit of wind today, not much, but today's gonna be the nicest day we have, so. Okay, banking left. Setting up for run. Are you on her? Okay, 3, 2, 1. I tried to deploy it, it didn't deploy. There it goes. There it goes. All right, so for some reason that snake eye was sticking. I was able to get it to break free on the back side of the field. I'm gonna bring it down and land it, and James and I are gonna walk over and see if the snake eye is damaged at all. I was right, it did come down, fins down first because of the weight. So I'm gonna have to add some counterweight into the nose to get that thing to nose down and deploy properly. So let's go look at the bomb. I'm just hoping it's in one piece. That's all I care about. Well, it's not like they're hard to build, but I'd rather have it be in one piece. One small section separated. We're good. So relatively one piece, the little, I can actually pull that away. A little bit of that broke. That's no big deal. We can fix that. I don't know if you guys can see that. So we're gonna drop the Mark 82 the rest of the time. But this one stuck a little bit. I'm not sure what happened. I bet you as it was sitting in the pylon, the wind was catching these fins, which was holding it to the aircraft. And then once I was able, I think I banked up, pushed positive G's, and that's when it released itself. So I am gonna have to put some weight, and I am gonna have to put those holders on the pylon to be able to drop the snake eyes.
It dropped pretty well.
Oh yeah, it dropped ass end first, but I wanna go nose first. But it's a good trial run. This is the first time I've ever dropped anything from an aircraft. And it's going a lot better than I expected because stuff with me likes to break almost instantly and often. So we're gonna load the Mark 82 back up. 500 pounder, we're gonna get the plane on the runway. And should we stick you out in the on the football field and try to drop a bomb on you?
That'd be great.
Let's do it. All right guys, so we got the Mark 82 loader back up. The snake eye, as you guys saw, we had a little bit of issues of it deploying. So we're gonna over the Mark 82 and I got James standing out in the middle of the football field. We're gonna try to hit him. We're gonna see how good my bombing skills are. So I'm gonna take off, do one pass by him. I'm gonna swing it around, get back in the pattern, come through, and drop from about 75 to 100 feet above him and hopefully I get pretty close to him, and hopefully get some good footage of it coming off the aircraft. Ready, James? Aircraft is up. Okay, I'm gonna do one pass. This will be about the altitude I dropped from. Good altitude. Then we swing it back around. We're gonna go downwind from you, set back up in the pad, and hope to get a good bomb drop. Does that seem like a good altitude? Okay. All right, banking left. Coming in for a run. 3, 2, 1, ordnance away. Hold on, it didn't deploy. I lost it in the sun. There we go. I'm gonna swing it back around and do another drop. Okay, I'm gonna set up for another approach. Ready? Dropping in 3, 2. Sticky mechanism. All right, I'm gonna bring her in and land her. I'm gonna check that mechanism. Well, now the wind's coming out of the other way. So we'll take off going that way. I'll swing it around downwind. The wind just did a 180 on us. I'm gonna take off, I'm gonna swing it right, get around to the back, downwind of us. I'm gonna come up and do a bomb drop. Whenever you're ready. Taking off. All right, go out to the middle of the field. Swinging left. Getting ready for bombing room. Three, 2, bombs away. Bank and final approach. So, final thoughts on this first part of the bomb drop. The Kingfisher did amazing. We had a little bit of a sticky bomb issue. I'm gonna have to figure that out. It seemed like the snake eye wanted to stick a little bit, but we ended up getting it loose after I pushed some positive G's and was able to get to break free. But the Mark 82 500 pounder was dropping flawlessly. We had that one instance where it stuck, but for some reason it came around, and I noticed I slowed my airspeed down a lot when on that second try, and it dropped away no problem. It's cool that it whistles. Shout out to Tom Hunt for all the STL files and for designing them. Like I said, his link is down in the description below. I'll also include the STL files and everything that Tom included in several of his videos. If you'd like to order any of this from me, from my company that does custom 3D printing, I'd be more than happy to help out and get some of this stuff sent your way. I've wanted to do this since I was a kid, so this is kind of like a dream come true. Being able to finally do all this myself and play like I was a kid again. So this makes me excited to get the A10. I can't wait to get it. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. We're gonna probably do a couple more videos of different bomb drops. I'm gonna try to get the 2,000 pounder printed out and ready to go. I'm gonna get the snake eye working correctly, and then we'll come back and we'll do some more bomb drops, see how accurate I can get with them. And soon enough, we'll be dropping FPV from an A10. So thanks guys for watching Renegade RC-FPV. Shout out to James for helping me film this today. And as always guys, fly smart, fly safe, and I'll see you out in the air.